To register, the first thing you're going to do is go to lytleisd.org and then click on the For Parents section and go down and click on Ascender Parent Portal. Once that page loads, you scroll down and there's several different links. You are looking for the one that says Ascender Parent Portal. Click on that. When you get there, if you do not have an account yet, you're going to need to create an account. If you already have a child in school, then you already have an account. Under your username, you're going to make up a username for yourself. It's not for your child, it's a parent username. And then you're going to make up a password. Then you need to re-enter the password. And then you need an email address. And you need to make sure that you can access that email address because you'll have to verify it before you can continue the registration process. At the bottom, you can put a phone number. You'll have to put a phone number when you register, but here at this point, the phone number is optional. And then you click Next. At that point, it's going to ask you for a security question, so you pick one of the choices and fill in your answer. Just in case you forget your password later, you'll use this to recover it. And then you click Next and then Finish. Once you've done that, you will be logged in to Parent Portal, but a warning will pop up that says your email address has not been verified yet. And so you won't be able to register until you do that. You need to go to your email and click the blue link that says Verify Email, and you should get this screen that says your email has been verified successfully. Then you can return to log in and use the username and password that you just made up in order to log in and register your child. Once you have logged in, click on Enroll a New Student, and you're going to scroll down and begin typing in your child's information here. So it says student name, but you have to go down to where it says first name, type in your child's first name, your child's middle name, your child's last name, and then under generation, that's where you can find if they're a junior or a senior. And then you click Continue. Then the computer's going to ask you to type in this key. You just copy it down and click Continue. And then it's going to take you to a place for your address and your contact information. So here you can put your address, the address where your child lives, the best contact. You want to make sure that you put the number on the first line and then the name of the street on the second line. If your street has a direction like north or south, that goes on the third line, and then an apartment number would go under that. Then you have to put in your city and your state and your zip. If you try to put all of your address in one spot, like the number and the name of the street all in one line, it won't save. So I clicked save, but I missed something. Anytime you miss something, it's not going to exit the screen. It won't finish it for you. It won't save. And so you need to scroll back through and look. It looks like I filled out the top, but here I have some things that are highlighted in red, so I didn't do this section. I skipped it. So the system will not let you go on if you've skipped any sections. Here, it needs a mailing address. If that's the same as your physical address, that's fine, but you just have to type it in again. If it's a different address, then you can type in your P.O. box here. You again have to put the P.O. box on one part and the number on the next part, because both of those lines have to be filled in. And then when I click save, the screen disappears. So that means that I filled in all of the required information. After you've added an address, you need to add a contact. You can add multiple contacts here. So you might want to put mom and dad or grandma and grandpa or anyone that is important for the school to have a number for when your child has an emergency at school, in case we couldn't contact the first person that you listed if they didn't answer the phone. So here you type in the name of the adult. You can do mother and father here, but each one of those will have to be done separately by adding another contact. Same thing on this page, the street number and the address go on different lines. Then your city, and then your state. As you're filling out each little pop-up window, make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom so that when you push save, you won't have missed any sections. Again, if you do push save too soon, it's going to highlight things in red, but you just want to make sure you don't miss anything. On the phone number, one thing that's kind of strange about this form is that the area code is on the first line, and then the rest of the phone number is on the second line here. You have to put a number there under area code and phone, even if it's your cell phone number. You can list it again under cell phone, but the box will not save and everything will not close if you do not list a phone number under contact phone and if you do not list an email. If you skip those two sections, then it won't save. Once you have an address and the contact information for the adults in your child's life, you push continue. Then you're on step 4, which is student information, like your child's birthday or social security number. To begin, click Add Edit Info. And if you entered several adults, there'll be several choices here. And you want to select your name so that we know who filled out the paperwork. And just like earlier, if you scroll down without filling in things and push save and continue, the screen's not going to close. It's going to stay like that. So you have to scroll back up and see what you missed. So if we scroll back up, it's going to say, oh, you didn't answer this. You have to click this box to show that you're selecting that you are filling out the form. And then you can fill out any of the extra information that's not yet filled out here. Your child's name should already be there, but you will need to enter a date of birth, you'll need to select your child's gender. You do not have to put a student email address or cell phone. That's for the older students. You will need to enter a social security number and then answer the questions about race and ethnicity. Then you'll need to answer the information under the special programs request. If those don't apply to you, then just select no in those areas, or that your student is not involved in those areas. And then these sections here, you are not going to complete. The ones that say document right here, you're not going to complete those. And then you are going to click save and continue. So again, I push save and continue. Oh, but the window's not going away. So if I scroll back up, I see a lot of things highlighted in red. That means I didn't answer those questions. And now some of them are kind of covered up and I can't click on them. So what you do is click on the answers that you can see, then push save and continue. Then scroll back up, see what's still red and answer what you can and push save and continue. And then scroll back up again, see what's still red and push save and continue. So as you can see, if you make sure you don't leave anything out the first time, it's easier. Now here at the top, this sometimes has an error where it just keeps staying red and keeps staying red and keeps staying red and won't stop and won't let you move on. To get past that error, you want to push save and continue later at the bottom of the form. And then after that, you can go ahead and push save and continue. And at that point, the system will move on from step 4 to step 5, which is some enrollment forms. On the enrollment forms, at the top, you will see the name of the child you're filling the paperwork out for. If you have multiple children, you can change to a different child. And each one of these forms has a link. You need to click on the link, scroll down, and answer the questions. And push save. And then you go to the next form, and you scroll down, and you answer those questions. And then push save. And on this form, sometimes it opens at the bottom, so if you actually scroll up all the way to the top, you'll be able to see the original questions to answer. and you want to open each form and make sure you answer the questions on each one. Just like the other forms, if you skip something that absolutely has to be filled out, then it's going to turn red on the form and it's not going to let you push Save Changes. So if it doesn't let you save, you got to scroll back through that form and see what's highlighted in red so that you know what you need to complete. The last two forms, Form 10 and 11, are actually just information for you to read. So you read that, and after you've read it, you push Save Changes. And that's for Section 10 and 11. After every single form is complete, you scroll to the bottom and click Enroll Student, and that takes you to Step 6, which means you are finished. On this page, you can go ahead and click on Add Another Student to enroll your next child, or you can print the information for your records. Once you reach Step 6, Final Steps, you can click on the arrow at the top right-hand corner and log out. Once you've completed this process, please call the school and make an appointment with our counselor to finish your registration process by turning in all of the necessary documents, such as your child's birth certificate, social security card, and those proof of residency and those kinds of items.